good afternoon and welcome to Pan-African News on Pan-African Television with me, Anane, Nartey. We're streaming live on Facebook at Pan-African Television. A very good afternoon to our 32 neighboring countries watching from far and near. Now let's take a look at our top stories making headlines. Coming up in our bulletin today, we will be bringing you some feed from the Ashanti region where some NDC supporters are on the street demonstrating against the residential result. We will be hearing from our regional correspondent. A biostatistician has been scrutinizing and analyzing the outcome of the presidential result. We will bring you details on that. Now, the EC boss is an outlawed person. This according to the lawmaker for Sagnarigo constituency, ABA Fusini. In other story, 44 dead, 169 injured in road crashes during election period. On our business front, Veteran Trade Union wants that post-election crisis can destabilize the economy. This and many other stories, including sports, international from our international partners, People's Dispatch, and the entertainment news coming up shortly in the next 1 hour. Stay tuned. Now the news in detail. Scores of supporters of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, in Kumasi are currently on the streets to demonstrate in protest of the 2020 presidential election result. This follows the December 9th declaration of the presidential polls in favor of the New Patriotic Party, NPP, by the Electoral Commission. Similar protests were held in Nima, Ashiaman, Achimota, and some other constituencies across the country. Now we are joined on phone by our Ashanti regional correspondent, Isaac Autry. Hello, Isaac Autry. Hello, Isaac. Isaac, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good. Welcome to Pan-African News.
Thank you very much.
Great. So can you tell us what have you gathered so far and what is really happening currently at the Ashanti region?
Well, thank you very much. This morning I'm currently in the Ashanti region capital, Kumasi, where there has been a great protest from members of the National Democratic Congress executive and for that matter, bring the region to protest against the what they claim to be a stolen verdict of the New Federal Party with in connection to the Electoral Commission. So this morning, a woman within the region has converged at the regional NDC headquarters, and they've been going through the streets to protest against the result of the just ended parliamentary and also the presidential hotel. So all I'm speaking to, we started the protest from the regional headquarters of the NDC and it goes through Akapo, through the principal street within the metropolis. But as I'm speaking to you right now, we are currently at the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, where the people have had some confrontation with some of the they are towards the regional I mean, get access to address to the regional tasks. We have various kinds of and also various, I mean, national and also regional executives accompanying this particular process. And the key person among them is Honorable Hannah Bissi, who is the national women's organizer, who really organizing this particular process. Express their displeasure. Earlier this morning, when we convened at the national regional headquarters, the Honorable Hannah Bissi addressed the protesters that we are going for a very peaceful demonstration. So they don't want any kind of route and also violence to happen on the way. So I'm speaking to you that the protests have been peaceful. I thought I was still in some of the protesters. Were eager to confront with some of the civilians that were passing on the road. We also had an earlier indication that they themselves did not invite or invited the police to take over or to come and take. To take them. But along the way, we've also seen diverse, police officials with also who are really armed to give protection to these particular people as they are looking along. Once we started the protest earlier this morning, nothing bad has actually happened. I'm looking out to if I can speak to Honorable Hannah Bissi to give us an idea and also what really motivated them to back on this particular process. Honorable, good afternoon, Pan-African. Good afternoon, welcome to Pan-African Television. Good afternoon. So, we've seen a massive movement with you ahead of this particular process that you are really backing this morning. Can you tell us what really motivated you and why you think this process is really important for women within the region among other people with this particular as a means of international? Motivation to speak against injustice and the legal armed robbery that has been instituted through the Electoral Commission. We have walked out of our votes. They have walked out of our rights. So we are saying that government shall come out into the political parties and do the right addition. The addition to modification what she did in her bedroom. We must stand. She believes that she's just the nation for Nanado. And we are saying that we cannot have peace without justice. We are tired of the oppression. We will not sit down for them to oppress us anymore. The women, we are coming out in our numbers and we continue until the Russian is done. Because when the president has done with the issues, it's legalized armed robbery. Because if you rob people at gunpoint and armed robber, if you rob citizens of our boats at gunpoint, you're also an armed robber. So if you not accept them, they should come out, tell them out and tell them they made a mistake. If they have accepted that they made a mistake, they should come out and do the right thing. As far as you are concerned, Nanado is not the president-elect. Thank you, Reggie. You expect all these to transfer some of these to other regions where... I will go to the country, we continue in the other regions. And we will continue, we will send to the international community. We don't want your peacekeepers. What you want is the right thing to be done. And I'm talking about that. Thank you very much. That is Honorable National Women Organizer of the Democratic.
Okay, Isaac. Isaac, thank you very much for those details. And moving on to other story, scores of supporters, I beg your pardon, women and men have distinct but complementary roles and tasks in homes, communities, and in the nation building. Ideally, they contribute equally to nation building when more control is skewed towards them. The benefit is never realized in full. Today, our political desk takes a look at the journey that far for women in Parliament and some who won the seat in the just-ended 2020 poll.
One way of assessing the impact of efforts by government in most countries to mainstream gender and enhance women's participation in politics is to examine the opportunities and positions offered women to serve in various capacities at the national or regional and district levels. reflections on gender are valid in development programs and strategies for societies and individuals to realize inclusive growth and development. Women's underrepresentation in politics in Ghana has been recognized since the middle of the last century, a concern that has since attracted global attention. However, political participation and representation of women have witnessed collective progress due to alliances of women from all over the world fighting for equal rights of women at all levels of the decision-making process. In 1954, Mabel Elendov Dankwa became the first elected female member of parliament. In 1960, 10 females were elected to the National Assembly, including Susanna Al-Hassan, who also became Ghana's first female minister. In 1992, Ghana's parliament was made up of only 8% of women. In 1996, the percentage increased to 10%. In 1998, the Administrative Directive on Affirmative Action set guidelines for parties to put up more female candidates. In 2000, the percentage point of women in parliament still stood at 10%. The number characteristically shot up to 13% in 2016. This year's election has seen some women win in highly competitive seats in parliament. Ablaji Fagumashi emerged winner of the Ketu South seat, the first ever by a female. Theresa Lade Awuni floored Fuseini Isa to land the Okaikwe North seat, which has been held by the New Patriotic Party since 1996, and Dorcas Afotofe, who won the Jomoro seat, is the only female legislator from the Western region in the recently concluded polls.
Away from that, a biostatistician at the Department of Statistics at the University of Ghana, Dr. Justice Moses Aheto, has made some worrying claims about the computing of figures by the Electoral Commission in its declaration. According to Dr. Aheto, these figures do not match the percentage signed to each candidate, hence the need to subject these figures to proper statistical scrutiny. He was speaking on Pan-African Television Hot News with Justice Appiah.
He made claims about some missing figures that the EC had suddenly thrown away and why proper scrutiny was needed to ascertain the motive behind this anomaly.
In that case, Nanado will have had something like that is 6,730,430 divided by the 30,462,492 multiplied by 100. And that will have given Nanado a percentage of 49.625.
Okay, 49.625.
Yeah, 49.625. 49.625. And you do the same for former President John Dramani Mahama. So right now you have 6,342,907 divided by the 30,562,492 multiplied by 100. So that would have given the former President John Dramani Mahama a percentage of 46.768%.
46.768%.
Yes.
Which means that none of them crossed the 50 plus 1
as simple as like that.
Okay.
But Isi told you that if she would have done this one, still another would have gotten 50.70%, which means he will still have won. And based on that strong decision that she took, she declared Nanado as the president-elect for the people of Ghana, which their own data cannot support it. Again, I'm repeating that this is not my data. This is the data put out by the EC themselves.
The Electoral Commission
exactly,
themselves.
And based on her own statement during the declaration on the 9th of December. Yes.
He ended by alleging that votes had been added to Pres Akufo-Addo's total tally while reducing ex-President Mahama's figure.
The things, where did they get it from? And what actually, struck my heart is that at the tail end of that, they now say that this does not change the percentages stated for each candidate and the declaration made by the chairperson. But you and I have just seen that actually the percentages have changed.
Exactly.
Even the absolute figures were changed. So what are you telling us? On the same sheet. This on the same sheet. For me, in fact, I'm very sad as a Ghanaian. The reason being that as I'm here, I provide international support in statistics to organizations. As I'm sitting right now, I'm a research fellow for the University of Southampton in the UK.
Well.
And these are the things we do. For these people to call you and say what is happening in your country, where you can do, these are even the people we train at even GSS can even do some of these things. Very simple statistics.
My GSS younger sister can even.
I'm telling you, this is simple. Those days
Very,
they
very
say
simple.
if more, less divide. If less, more divide. You know that kind of stuff. As simple as like that. You multiply by 100. That's all. People are just manipulative of figures. I mean, that's the whole thing. I'm so sad. I'm so sad.
Doc.
No, I'm so sad.
Doc.
You see, before you go, you see, if in Ghana, we have groups like what we call the Ghana Statistical Association. These are experts in statistics. Even if you don't have the resource to engage them for the whole of your, like a full time.
Very well.
Period like this, you could just consult, let them consult or provide some consulting service for you. You pay them. Once the season is over, they go. As simple as like that, to avoid all this embarrassment.
Now, the Member of Parliament for Sagnarigu constituency in the Northern region, Al-Hassan Fuseni, has taken a swipe at the Electoral Commission boss as an outlawed person for her notoriety in falsifying figures to favor the governing New Patriotic Party. Speaking on the platform show on Pan-African Television with Kwame Owusu-Dan, the lawmaker credited the services of the former EC boss, Charlotte Osei, contrary to what John Mensah has done in the just ended general elections.
That the twin evil of the forging of alliance, an alliance of evil between the MPP and the EC, to steal the mandate of the good people of this country, will not see the light of the day. The people of this country will not stand for that for 1 minute. And I want to tell you without any out of this and that, decent-minded people across the length and breadth of this country will stand up and fight.
The EC has already declared that the MPP has won.
Kwame,
so what do you mean by you want to fight?
The EC is not a law unto itself. Notwithstanding the mandate it has been given to organize elections. Nobody gave the EC the mandate to organize fraudulent and bogus elections. They have a mandate to organize credible, free, fair, transparent elections.
Is it because it didn't go your way?
No, Kwame. For the first time in our history, look, Ghana was seen as a beacon of hope. A beacon of hope for democracy and its attendant regime of fundamental human rights and freedoms. It is only under Nana Akufo-Addo's government and the hand-picked EC, the spineless EC of John Mensah, that we are having, Kwame, for the first time in our history, multiple results. I'm sure you are aware, Kwame.
Yes.
Never in the annals of our country's history has the EC come and declared a result and gone to change the result. From the time of Afarijan, how many elections has he run? Kwame, did you ever see Afarijan announce a result and go back and change it? Madam Charlotte Osei, did she announce a result and go to change it? This one, multiple, about 6 times. Kwame, different changes at different stages. That was not only bungling incompetence. It's wanton fraud, naked thievery, robbery by the Electoral Commission. Kwame, you can remember, look, the first result they announced, go and do a calculation of the result. According to them, they said minus Techiman-Saf. Is that not what they said?
Clearly.
Kwame, go and do a calculation of the first result. The percentage of 51.9 that they gave Nana Akufo-Addo was not correct. Kwame, go and do the calculation. If you do that calculation, it will give you 50.098. Okay? And if you take the Techiman-Saf vote, Techiman-Saf, they have 128,000 voters plus. If you deduct it from that, Nana Akufo-Addo gets less than even 50%. Okay? So that was what was announced.
So by inference, you're assuming that you would have gotten all the 120,000.
Kwame, I'm indicating to you.
Okay.
I'm indicating. I'm shaving you. Kwame, don't be in a head to touch water. You see, and as we go along, you will see the kind of fraud that the EC perpetrated in the padding of figures. In Ashanti region, for instance, over 310,000 votes were added to Nana Akufo-Addo.
You're still watching Pan-African News on Pan-African Television with me, Anane Nartey. Let's go for a quick breather. I'll be back shortly with more news.
Na jauti kai mu da do bi press wa say won ti mensi
mate insist me sre why na me yi kwa na teche wo e dari malaria din ya chisa
e da kan akoma 2 years so onom dan proke herba mixture osisi mbadu say from oyire so doctor ka chene say o malaria mo ani bi oni pedue mu a so onom dank antima x yare malaria ebe kokra obi wo honom a ne yem ye ne yanso a so onom dank gastro care herba mixture oho beton dank phyto care herba mixture koko ebe ye hu aduma ma wapo no wapo so won tutu dank extra care herba mixture obenya hoden ne watimi anante make food dank no nyina e de amamo
na ebenya drain nya bi we
pharmacy shop ana herba shop also pe dank no a ye be ma obi
ba cho mo number ye sen
0266593330
enroi oba penfo oba ma akora nufo anya akora woni mfie du mienu ntime no FDA ahwehwe saa edwedie nkratoe mu agya tom se eye.
Hello?
Oh, Sisiana sound.
Okay, wait a minute. Why? My wife comes and send a message you. What's hello? I don't know, what's happened?
It's your chance, but also be a quiet say what? I dare say,
besides, when a friend, I'm so here too. My wife is not testing messages here, and our office also. I'm trying to tell you, she says, I
mean, so we a guy manu, and may young who could look cry. And also wants a family drilling company limited for Kana.
What's the name? Family Drilling Company Limited.
Ye two borehole, biofuel, biogas, swimming pool, plumbing works in Yinaso, ye be, Frey 0240-333-111, and NASA 0244-144-822.
Miampa and no swimming pool, me see. Me want to, we'll be here. Family Drilling now. Family Drilling. Me out with that
You're still watching Pan-African News on Pan-African Television. At least 44 people were killed and 169 others suffered injuries in 155 road accidents during the recent election throughout the country. According to Superintendent of Police, Dr. Sasu Mensah of the MTTD vehicles, the accident, which involved 68 commercial vehicles and 89 private vehicles and 69 motorcycles, occurred during December 7th and December 10th, 2020.
The Director of Operations of the Motor Traffic and Transport Department, MTTD, of the Ghana Police Service, Superintendent of Police, Dr. Sasu Mensah, who disclosed this to Ghanaian Times yesterday, said Greater Accra region recorded the highest accidents with 47 cases, followed by Ashanti with 35 cases. He expressed worry that causes of the accidents included drunk driving, speeding, and indiscipline on the roads. Superintendent Dr. Mensah said most of the accidents were avoidable if precautionary measures were taken, adding that road accidents affected the nation's human resource and development. Superintendent Dr. Mensah indicated that the MTTD will deploy enough personnel to enforce traffic rules to reduce road accidents during the Christmas season, stressing that there would also be enough personnel at the major corridors to ensure safety of passengers and commuters. He urged drivers to adhere to road safety regulations, wrongful overtaking, overloading, and drunk driving to save lives and properties. Superintendent Dr. Mensah appealed to journalists to collaborate with MTTD in promoting road safety education.
Away from that, as part of effort to halt the spread of COVID-19 in the country, the Kumasi Airport has undergone a third phase disinfection exercise to reduce the spread of the virus and make safe the facility for passengers.
Public education is down about COVID-19 due to the elections. Statistics from the Ghana Health Service indicates an increase in the number of infections in the country, hence a need to continue the combat against the disease. Zoomline Ghana Company Limited, in collaboration with the Ghana Airport Company Limited, with support from government, has disinfected the Kumasi airport to make it safe for passengers. In his address to the media, the Vector Control Officer of Zimline Ashanti region, Ernest Nuto, explains the importance of the exercise to the media.
Many people travel in and out from Kumasi to Accra and Accra. So we carried out this disinfection to reduce the COVID, or to get rid of it totally. With the measures that we put at the airports, we do disinfection and dusting. We dust all places where human beings lay their hands on or where they sit. We do dusting to get rid of all those viruses. Yeah, we are very safe with disinfection in airports. Very, very safe. I would say that 99%. Yeah. There is no fear for COVID-19 for people to travel from outside to this country because we covered with the disinfection.
He indicated the need for passengers to freely use the airport as it is safe from the virus due to the periodic disinfection conducted by the company.
Okay, the motive for today's exercise, but you know that COVID is a disease that is destroying us. And Zumwire has taken it to itself to carry out disinfection. And today we are doing disinfection at the airport, Kumasi Airport. And it's, at the same time, we are doing it in all airports in Ghana. And the main motive is we are doing this to destroy all viruses in the airports.
Some of the spaces disinfected are the tarmac, restrooms, arrival and departure halls, and many others.
On our health story, diabetes refers to a group of illness that occurs as a result of excess sugar in the blood of humans. In order to curb the outbreak of the virus or disease, nutrition and physical activities are essential components to adopt.
Along with other benefits, following a healthy meal plan and being active can help you keep your blood glucose level, also called blood sugar, in your target range. To manage your blood glucose, you need to balance what you eat and drink with physical activity and diabetes medicine if you take any. What you choose to eat, how much you eat, and when you eat are all important in keeping your blood glucose level in the range that your healthcare team recommends. Becoming more active and making changes in what you eat and drink can seem challenging at first. You may find it easier to start with small changes and get help from your friends, family and healthcare team. Eating well and being physically active most days of the week can help keep your blood glucose level, blood pressure, and cholesterol in your target ranges. Lose weight or stay at a healthy weight, prevent diabetic problems and have more energy. You may worry that having diabetes means going without foods you enjoy. The good news is that you can still eat your favorite foods, but you might need to eat smaller portions or enjoy them less often. Your healthcare team will help create a diabetes meal plan for you that meets your needs and likes. The key to eating with diabetes is to eat a variety of healthy foods from all food groups in the amount your meal plan outlines. The food groups are vegetables, non-starchy ones which include broccoli, carrots, green peppers, and tomatoes. Fruits such as oranges, melons, apples, berries, banana and grapes. Grains such as wheat, rice, oat, cornmeal and barley. Foods and drink to limit include fried foods and other foods high in saturated fat and trans fat foods high in salt, all called sodium sweets, such as baked goods, candy, and ice cream. Beverages with added sugars, such as juice, regular soda, and regular sports or energy drinks. Drink water instead of sweetened beverages. Consider using a sugar substitute in your coffee or tea. If you drink alcohol, drink moderately, no more than 1 drink a day if you are a woman or 2 drinks a day if you are a man. If you use insulin or diabetes medicines that increase the amount of insulin your body makes, alcohol can make your blood glucose level drop too low. This is especially true if you haven't eaten in a while. It's best to eat some food when you drink alcohol. Some people with diabetes need to eat at about the same time each day. Others can be more flexible with the timing of their meals. Depending on your diabetes medicines or type of insulin, you may need to eat the same amount of carbohydrates at the same time each day. If you take meal time, insulin, your eating schedule can be more flexible. If you use certain diabetes medicines or insulin and you skip or delay a meal, your blood glucose level can drop too low. Ask your healthcare team when you should eat and whether you should eat before and after physical activity. Eating the right amount of food will also help you manage your blood glucose level and your weight. Your healthcare team can help you figure out how much food and how many calories you should eat each day. Because physical activity lowers your blood glucose, you should protect yourself against low blood glucose levels, also called hypoglycemia. You are most likely to have hypoglycemia if you take insulin or certain other diabetes medicines, such as sulfonylurea. Hypoglycemia also can occur after a long intense workout or if you have skipped a meal before being active. Hypoglycemia can happen during or up to 24 hours after physical activity.
So this is how we wrap up on our local stories. Up next is the business news. They can stay.
It's incredible! Bang on target!
Now, veteran trade unionist Abraham Kumsing has sounded a word of caution over the fallout from the December 7th election in Ghana. According to him, the post-election crisis can affect the economy by warning investors' confidence.
Speaking in an interview, Mr. Kumsing said the unpredictable consequences of election could affect investment drive and the economy. He also shot down proposals for the NDC to seek legal redress. The opposition National Democratic Congress had rejected the results announced by the Electoral Commission and a declaration of incumbent Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo as president-elect. The NDC is also challenging the parliamentary results, insisting that it will form the majority with over 140 seats in the 275-seat legislature. Although the EC has denied the claims that the NDC supporters have resorted to street protests with a death toll from the post-elections violence rising to 5. On Monday, December 14, the NDC supporters marched up at the headquarters of the police service to demand the release of a journalist being held for insulting and threatening President Akufo-Addo in a Facebook video.
Prices of goods and services have characteristically shot up in the aftermath of fiercely contested election. With less than 2 weeks to Christmas, my colleague Elizabeth Mafo toured the Medina market to interact with traders on the issues and filed this report.
The election is over and Christmas is back with us once again. Decorations have lighted up the air and some curbs are sold between 10 and 15 cedis compared to last year when such items were priced at 5 cedis. In an interview, some traders share reactions on the level of patronage and cited reasons for the low turnout.
So open you get here one, a dear foot and our woman.
Every woman said, that's here. You can almost a moment here. See, the Omokan day over. Then we might rent here phone, and then my bar phone when you home through. Santa baby to say Sierra. You have a baby, you are an hour chick. You don't want to hold your copy swap around. I show well 1 week. We are going to swap around until I tell him about it. You won't throw no more acquaintance to come. You won't possess cannibal or more.
That's not my first.
You're from me, I'm you. Everyone.
Yeah, let me try. I'm for Christmas. When you send a call, I pay 12 cities. My last price is 10 cities. Okay, you have to really such a BM Sisiam. I shed ya senior airplane. Say, be Christmas, we are none of my Massadia, and to say, I my Sisia, the woman head. Oh, tension media affecting because skeleton. Because in a year, you will lock down my body. Once I ask some then you know, baby is about to say, I said, before lockdown, it's a best of you see that career.
And will be 5 cities, 10 cities, 20 cities, 25 cities.
So far,
your name, the Gariato, Takama Uswaya.
About 3 days today. Departure 45 cities, 300
music like anything.
Christmas song be very serious to be anyway, so
we're 45. Now we're
50 side by side.
Election. So can you say election affected business? Election affected business. As in first man can send news from our international partners, People's Dispatch.
Hello?
Okay, why? My wife comes and send a message. Hello? What's happened?
It's a child who will be a quiet say what? A dear sir.
We signed for an affair. I'm so years. You are not testing messages here. And our officer, so I'm toilet diamond. She says, I
mean, so we a guy manu and may young who could look cry. And also wants a family drilling company limited for Kana.
What's it then? Family Dwelling Company Limited.
Ye two borehole, biofuel, biogas, swimming pool, plumbing works in Naso, ye be, Friday 0240-333-111 and NASA 0244-144-822.
Miampa Anane. We want swimming pool on me see. We want to be family dwelling now. Family dwelling.
What fast is your last set?
Me out with that.
Thousands gathered in Lahore, Pakistan in a joint opposition rally on Sunday, December 13th, defying COVID-19 warning issued by the government. The protesters were demanding the resignation of Prime Minister Imran Khan.
This was the third such mass gathering organized by the Pakistan Democratic Movement, a coalition of 11 opposition parties since its formation in September. The rally at Lahore's historic Minar-e-Pakistan was attended by the workers and leaders of all major opposition forces in Pakistan. PDM's constituents from the leftist Awami National Party to the extreme right-wing Jamiat al-Hadith. The main constituents of the PDM are Pakistan People's Party, Pakistan Muslim League, and Jamiat Ulema-e-Islam. One of the leaders of Pashtun Tahaffuz movement, a movement against the state-sponsored killings of the Pashtuns and other human rights activists, Mohsin Dawar, also was part of the PDM at the time of its formation in September. However, he has since announced his reluctance to join the rallies organized by PDM due to the opposition from some quarters. The PDM accuses Prime Minister Imran Khan of coming to power through rigged elections in 2018. They accuse his government of failing to address all major economic and political issues in the country and being a stooge of the Pakistan army. The speakers in the rally highlighted the rising unemployment rates in the country, which, according to them, has reached double digits. The official unemployment rate remains at 4.5%. They also highlighted the government's failure to revive the economy, which is likely to contract around 1.5% this year as per the World Bank, the first contraction in decades. The opposition also accused the Imran Khan government of indulging in corruption and persecution of the political rivals. The reference to imprisonment of former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif in a corruption case was made as an example of political persecution in the country. Nawaz Sharif was forced to resign after the allegations of corruption against him in 2017 and convicted a year later. He's now living in exile in the UK. Sunday's rally was declared as the final rally in the first round of the protests against the government. The PDM has given a call for a march to the capital, Islamabad, in January.
Pakistan accused our rival India of funding a long-running disinformation campaign against it on Friday and said it will raise the matter in global forum.
In making its claim that India attempted to manipulate international bodies through fake news websites and organizations, Pakistan's foreign minister cited a report by European non-government organization EU Disinfo Lab. The report highlighted a network of hundreds of fake media outlets and organizations that it said have pushed a pro-India agenda in the European Union and United States bodies to discredit the country's rivals, in particular Pakistan. EU Disinfo Lab did not detail any direct links between the alleged network and the Indian government, and Reuters has no independent evidence of them. Today, India is manipulating and misusing the international system for its own nefarious designs, Pakistan's Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi said at a press conference, adding that the Indian government was funding the network. Qureshi called on the UN and UN Human Rights Council to immediately investigate and list 10 fake NGOs created by India to malign Pakistan. He also asked the European Union Parliament to begin an investigation into what he termed to be the manipulation of the body and its legislative process by fake organizations involved in anti-Pakistan propaganda under a fully funded disinformation and influence operation run by India. New Delhi rejected the charges, saying it was Pakistan that was spreading disinformation. As a responsible democracy, India does not practice disinformation. Anurag Srivastava, India's foreign minister spokesman, told a news conference. The EU Disinfo Lab report also said Indian press agency Asian News International was the only press agency to extensively cover material from the disinformation net Qureshi accused ANI of amplifying propaganda against Pakistan, and he also noted that the organization had a partnership with Reuters, which he said was also being used to spread this information.org. Reuters News, a unit of Thomson Reuters, has also had a minority stake in ANI for more than 2 decades. ANI editor Smita Prakash dismissed the allegation, saying in a Twitter post, an attempt has also been made by Pakistan and its proxies to hurt ANI's credibility by hurling wild accusations of fake news. Reuters, in a statement responding to a request for comment, said it was reviewing these allegations in its capacity as a majority shareholder in ANI, but added that it has no involvement in ANI's editorial operations. As is the case with all our editorial partners and suppliers, we review ANI's raw, unedited video content shot within India and exercise our news judgment about what we distribute and publish, the statement said. The 2 nuclear-armed South Asian nations have fought 3 wars since they became free nations in 1947 and remain deeply distrustful of each other. Tensions have sharpened since August 2019, when India ended the autonomy of its only Muslim-majority region, Kashmir, which is also claimed by Pakistan. UNHRC spokesman Rolando Gomez said the organization would look into these specific allegations and that it was aware a number of accredited groups were pursuing their own political agenda or those of government. Delphine Collard, a European Parliament spokeswoman, said they were not aware of such requests made by Pakistan, but added, "We take very seriously any effort to misrepresent the positions of the European Parliament or its elected members."
Michael Enjiboisi so stand by with the sports news. Michael, how are you doing this morning?
Yeah, doing very well, by grace.
I'm doing well. So what do you have on
Now let's begin with the satellites, and coach Abdul Karim Zito has expressed optimism ahead of their next encounter after the Black Satellites of Ghana qualified to the semi-finals of the ongoing WAFU Zone B Under-20 Championship. The team is set to play Nigeria later today with Beninois Tednanji Tanisla Ahumlantu appointed as the center referee for the game.
The Black Satellites ended their group stage campaign at the ongoing WAFU Zone B Cup of Nations in Benin with a 1-0 loss to neighbors Ivory Coast. However, the Satellites will still progress to the next round of the competition courtesy of a 1-0 victory over Nigeria on the last match day. The team will today take on the Menace of Niger in the semi-finals of the ongoing WAFU Zone B Cup of Nations in Benin. The winner of this game will qualify to play in the final, as well as the 2021 Africa Under-20 Cup of Nations in Mauritania. Coach of the Ghanaian side, Abdul Karim Zito, has been speaking on the upcoming crunch clash.
You are right, boy is coming back, as you just asked. And yesterday too, we saw it happen 3 times. We just gave the balls away freely. Coming back to our preparation ahead of the upcoming game, we just did some rehearsals on free kicks, especially around the penalty area. And come Tuesday, Boa is playing.
What does exactly the return of Boa mean to you as head coach?
Oh, you said it all, because you made mention that Boa's absence was felt yesterday. It is true. we saw it was a clear picture yesterday. Abanga playing, although I'm not saying Abanga is not good as Boa. Abanga is tasting his first international cup. So yesterday you saw there were a lot of lapses in his play. Boa, who has been in the system for a long time, I think if Boa was playing yesterday, he could have made a difference for Ghana especially.
You are playing Niger on Tuesday. Have you had an opportunity to watch them, and how are you approaching them?
Thank God, yesterday, immediately after the game, the technical director booked appointment with me, together with my head coach, Zito, that this is how he saw Niger playing against Togo. And this morning, he came again, we had a press conference. In fact, he taught us, he gave us tips about Nigerians, their style of play. The dangerous players, those with height, how they play their strategy. So he encouraged us to maybe find solution or map strategy that will suit Ghana to go past them.
Now, in the world of athletics, key member of Ghana's 2014 Summer Youth Olympics team, Matabisa, completed a degree at the Norfolk State University in the United States of America over the weekend. She completed a 4-year-long course with a Bachelor of Science majoring in management. There is more to this in the following report.
Ghanaian athletics star Martha Bisa was named the Female Athlete of the Year for 2 consecutive years in 2018 and 2019 during her studies at the Norfolk State University in the United States of America. Her award in 2019 came at the back of a new championship record in the U.S. Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference Women's Cross Country with a time of 17 minutes, 16 seconds. In the 2018-19 season, amongst other medals, the 23-year-old became the first MEAC athlete since 2002-2003 to repeat as the MEAC Women's Cross Country Champion with a time of 18 minutes, 2.04 seconds. She won her 3rd consecutive MEAC 800-meter outdoor title, setting a personal record of 2 minutes, 3.13 seconds, and once again repeated as MEAC 1500 meters champion in a meet record of 4 minutes, 28.62 seconds. February 2017 saw Martha win 4 gold medals at the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference Indoor and Track and Field Championships. At her first outdoor season at Norfolk, she won another individual MEAC gold medal and also qualified for the NCAA East preliminary round. During the 2014 Youth Summer Olympics, the prolific athlete won gold in the girls' 800-meter race, Ghana's first Olympic gold medal at any international event.
Let's finish off with some news from the world of golf. And the world number 94, Arlene Kim, claimed the first major title with a stunning final round at the U.S. Women's Open final. The South Korean was making her first tournament in Houston, Texas. There is more to this in the following report.
The 25-year-old started 5 strokes behind leader Hinako Shibuno, but closed with 3 straight birdies in a 4 under 67 to finish 3 under overall. World number 1 Ko Jin-young and American Amy Olsen tied for 2nd, 1 shot back, with Japan's Shibuno 4th. Kim tied the record for the biggest final round comeback at the U.S. Women's Open, becoming the 7th player to rally from 5 strokes down and first since Annika Sorenstam in 1995. She hit 3 birdies on the front 9 to reach 2 under, but bogeyed the 10th and 11th to slip back as Olsen, who started 1 stroke behind Shibuno, held the outright lead by 2 shots. Yet, Kim, who wore a face mask while playing, responded with birdies on the 16th and 17th to tie for the lead with Olsen, who had 5 holes left to play at that stage. Another birdie to finish gave Kim the clubhouse lead, and a bogey at the 16th left Olsen, whose father-in-law died suddenly on Saturday, needing 2 birdies to force a playoff. She could only make par the 17th before a closing birdie saw her card a 1/72 and claim 2nd alongside Cole, who hit 4 birdies and a bogey in a 3 under 68. Shibuno had led since the second round on Friday, but struggled in the conditions, making 4 bogeys in the first 11 holes to fall back to level par. There was a further bogey on the 17th, but she also made 2 birdies on the back 9 to cut a 3 over 74 and finish on 1 under. The tournament, which has $1 million winners check, about £744,000, was scheduled to take place in June but was postponed because of the coronavirus pandemic.
I bring an end to sports. My name is Michael and Chubosia. Next, we have entertainment news.
Of entertainment, December 25th is celebrated globally and annually by Christians to mark the birth of Jesus Christ. With feverish preparation ahead of the event, our entertainment decks landed at Medina to sample views from residents on the festivity and came through with this report.
Celebrating Christmas.
Oh, Christmas day, I did all of it. And we are Yesu Christo now.
It's in preparation towards Christmas, no, it's the same.
Oh, I feel I'm Cassadi. I'm going. And the need to make us my preparation there for Christmas.
So, in your back, Mammy, Christmas song back.
I feel a pro. Abetu ya subju ena mena dume wa mafu patuye afishapa afiko betu ya subju afishapa ko betu ya bi.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Why do we celebrate Christmas?
Yes, Wauda. Okay. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
So this is how we part ways this afternoon on Pan-African News. A recap of the headline. Early on, we brought you some feedback from the Ashanti region where some NDC supporters are on the street demonstrating against the presidential result. We will be hearing, we heard early on from our correspondent, Isaac Orchard. A biostatistician has been scrutinizing and analyzing the outcome of the presidential result. The EC boss is an outlawed person. This according to lawmaker for Sagnarigu constituency ABA Fuseni. And in other story, 44 dead, 169 injured in road crashes during election period. On our business front, a veteran trade union wants that post-election crisis can destabilize the economy. Thank you for your time once again. My name is Anane Nartey. Do also follow us on our social media handles, Facebook, Twitter, and on Instagram at Pan African Television. To have a good afternoon.